Untitled Podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. Today, I have a special guest here in Urban Sama and the normal co-host, Rashid, aka RNC Dark, aka Isaac the Lens. Before we get into the episode, remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell notified for all anime game show content, from chapter reviews to podcasting, all that good stuff. Remember, follow us Anime Game Show on Twitter, Anime Game Show on TikTok, Anime Game Show Instagram, of course, and all podcasting platforms. Subscribe, man. We are trying to have good content. Also, we had a JJK movie review. By the time this will be out, probably a few episodes ago. Check that out. All types of different type of content. Go follow my co-host. Co-host, where can we find you at, brother?
You can find me on Twitch and YouTube. Just start. My Twitch is at. You can find me on Twitch on RNC Dark. You can find me on YouTube on RNC Dark_TV. And my Instagram is the exact same thing. That's where I post notifications, updates on what I'm going to be streaming or just what's going on with the streams.
That sounds good. Urban, where can we find you at now?
Yo, what's going on? It's Stevie Sama over here from Urban Sama. And, you can follow us, of course, anywhere at Urban Sama. IG is where we're most active, but we making changes towards that. And also catch us on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you're looking for us at.
Okay, bet. It sounds good. Sounds good. Now today we're gonna be talking about Tokyo Revengers. I know you guys remember maybe a few months ago at this point we did a Tokyo Revengers anime tier list, but now we're doing manga. I'm completely caught up. I know Rashid is. Urban, where are you caught up in the final arc or whatever?
I am not caught up in the final arc, but I'm not adverse to spoilers. So
okay.
we got to dip into a little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with that.
Nah, for sure. The last arc hasn't really it's gotten crazy. It's gotten crazy, but we're not too deep into the point where I think there are crazy spoilers. Rashid, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel the same way. There's no crazy spoilers besides the change in Takamichi, but that's other than that, nah. We get a definite change. Yeah, like a definite change.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Takamichi's taking
now you just saying that. I'm gonna have to go see. Is it a good change or is it what the fuck is going on change?
It's a good change, honestly. Actually, very much so.
So growth.
Yes, growth.
In the direction of okay.
Exactly. So today we're going to be doing a tier list of manga characters and stuff like that from ranking S to D, and it stops at right before the current arc started. So I'm going to share the screen with you guys, and we're going to get it popping.
Let's get it. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I had to hit my Gensho one time.
Okay. We did it. Okay. Spoiler or not even spoiler, but we did the same one before and it was a lot longer. This one isn't as long, so yeah. But Urban, as the guest, you can go first, then Rashid, and I'll go last, of course.
All right. So let us go ahead and start with Let's go ahead and start with let's go ahead and start with Kasaki.
Big guy.
Let's pop it off.
Right. What you think?
Oh yeah. So for me, I personally do not care for the guy. But I would argue he does deserve to be in the S rank as far as importance to the story, just kind of as an antagonist, especially one at this point who we already know does not have powers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just he literally is foiling a time traveler just by being a smart ass nigga. His motivations is ass. What he does is deplorable. But as someone who is supposed to be getting in the way of the protagonist, I think he does that very, very well.
Agree. I'm gonna say S. I think a lot of people have talked about it. I know Baka has. Rashid had this conversation. When he went down, because the spoiler, when he got taken down, a lot of people feel like, damn, Tokyo Revengers kind of need to wrap it on up. That's how important he was as a character. He was eyesing, manipulating these villains, didn't have any type of power. Like Takamichi question, are you a time traveler too? He's like, what? His motivation, whack. I agree, whack as hell. But the fact that he carried out these plans and each timeline he still came away to be on top, IQ on level of like Lelouch, like it's up
He's
there, man.
adjusting. He's adjusting like literally at every turn. So like someone's literally able to go back from the past, see what happened, go to the future, see what has happened as a result, and then go back to make different changes. This guy is doing everything real time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, as for me, what about you, Rashid?
It's a definite S because yeah, like you mentioned before when we was talking about how once he was defeated or taken down, truthfully, I expected like by the time he got defeated, I thought it was gonna be the wraps for the show. I didn't think they were gonna try to make anyone else give like another antagonist thing or anything like that. That's kind of what they're doing with Mikey, which is in a way not too surprising, but but I honestly did think the series was going to end right as he was going to once he was defeated, taking out the picture because his intelligence can't even be said enough. His intelligence is way out there. It makes no sense how you can just overcome a time traveler and just keep getting the same results that you want. Like, yo, I aspire.
Exactly. That motivation is like deep. And you
Yeah.
know, I hate to say it because I don't find him personally charismatic. But in the series, he's also kind of like that light Yagami, like that charismatic villain who's able to see what people want, like almost like peek into their hearts and
Yeah.
then find a way to offer them like a solution to it while serving his needs.
Oh, like Hanma. Like Hanma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because Hama is not an idiot, you know?
No.
But it's just like, how do you get powerful and also intelligent people to serve under you, you know, or like do your bidding? It's crazy.
Nah, facts. Rashid, your go now, brother.
All right. Yeah. Oh, Shifuya. I was like, I kind of forgot who I wanted for a second there, but I want to talk about Shifuya because I've I've shown my deep love for Shifuya, but he's not like crazy important to the story. Somewhat he is with the whole Baji situation. He was important in that, but after that, he was kind of like the support for Takamichi. He was one of those supporting roles for Takamichi, like a huge supporting role. But me personally, I absolutely love him. He's really cool, really badass, and he really did understand. He was probably the only one who really looked past what Baji was doing and really looked deeper within. It was like he didn't betray anyone. I kind of at first thought that was just him thinking he really knew Baji like that, but comes to turn out he really did more so than the founding members, which I found very interesting. But I put Shifuya in A. I like mainly because of how I like him personally. What?
Okay, Urban, what you think?
No, you made very valid points, Rashid, because it's like he falls into that support role, but then it's like there's support characters that really like bring like viewers to the table, and I would say Chifuya definitely has that presence. Um, my boy is always like 10 toes down, like you said. He had like a depth of understanding Baji that the other captains who grew up with him didn't at the time. Not only that, but you know, he was very like understanding when Takamichi was like, "Yo, I'm from the future. I've been doing weird shit because I've been trying to keep everybody alive." And he's like, "All right, tell me what you need. Like,
Yeah.
I want to keep everybody alive too. So
Bet,
let's get it in."
bet. What would you
So
rank him?
I would also put him at A.
Okay. Where's he
The
at?
only reason not S, he's right there in the middle.
He's right there in the middle
Right.
next to Dragon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No, what
I
you
think
saying, Urban?
I think he deserves that A rank because he also is just like he grows,
Mhm.
you know,
Oh yeah.
throughout the series into the untimely demise. Well, I guess they reversed that, but yeah, it was just like dang, like he literally died for my boy. Like
Nah, like he was Takamichi's support man, the right hand, like down for Toman. Like I would love to have him as a best friend, bro.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
big facts.
Okay.
Definition of loyalty right there.
I'm gonna say A2 because like I feel like like not S because there's gonna be some guys that are just I feel like he's not on their level, but I would say A2.
Yeah, he's missing some things to be an S, truthfully.
Yeah.
And then with the ranking, we gotta let the audience know, it's not that anybody's like super trash, unless we call them trash, in which case they trash. Hold that down.
Facts.
But when we looking at the tiering, we're also looking at okay, who would have to be above this person? Okay, can we not put anybody above this person? All right, they belong to us.
Mhm.
Type of deal.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with I be forgetting name, just Hinata's brother. Uh, y'all remember his name?
Who is it?
I don't know why, but
I just like have I had like a brain fart of like I had his name and then I
Naoto.
forgot it.
if they don't have nicknames, I don't remember their names like that,
It's too
sadly.
many characters. It's too many characters in the show to remember, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Naoto.
Yeah. Okay, Naruto. Okay.
Naoto.
Naoto. Yeah.
Like would it be like with a W? Naruto.
And it's
That was,
Naoto.
yeah, I was about to say.
Okay.
There's no double. Yeah.
First of all, I
I
think.
might be butchering it.
Well, y'all know what we meant. So basically, I think he is a right hand, another right hand for Takamichi. Now, of course, he does. He can't when he go back in time. He can't help it because he's a little kid. But he's dropping information dumps. He's like telling him what's up. He's telling him what's up. He gave him the motivation and the reason to like kind of go back for Takamichi to go back and reform his life. He's always there when Takamichi needs it. I don't think he's A tier, especially in this arc. This final arc, he's not going to be involved at all. But I would say B. I think it's his love for his sisters, though. I think I just think he's a solid character. He's nothing crazy for me, but I would say B.
Okay. Yeah, I could ride with B.
Mm.
For some, for a lot of similar reasons. Because like basically, he is the only person Takamichi is able to connect with in the future on like a fully transparent level.
Right.
Like he's the only one that actually knows what's going on. Especially when we found out Kasaki can't even go into the future. So it's just like this is the only person you can really share like everything with. So or one of the first people. So I'm like, yeah. But as later on, like you said, he's not really seen unless Takamichi is in the future. Takamichi spends far more time in the past than the future.
Bad.
How about you,
I-
Rashid?
How about you?
Yeah. I agree with you guys, but I kind of want to say A mainly because the motivation Naruto put into Takamichi to even like get a clear goal and set with his power. Because I feel like Naruto was like a big factor on the whole fact that Takamichi was very hell bent on saving Hinata. It was also his thing, but he was still hesitant about saving her or whatnot until Naruto came in the picture, was telling him do this and that. And the information that Naruto gave was like great. It was really helpful in a way. I know you mentioned it, Joe. It's just it kind of stuck to me that the information he was giving him was police secrets. Like it was not known to the public about this person or that person or anything like that, which was honestly he Naruto would have lost his job with that. That's props to him.
I think the reason why I couldn't push him A was because he's dumping info. Like the info is not important.
Yeah.
But he's not out there in the field having to go back in time and having to kind of like readjust to the information and add and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Me, but like that's not his role, of course. But that's just like I guess was help stopping me from going to like A because A is like, okay, he's in the mix, he's fighting, he's doing this and this and that in a fighting series. So that's why for me, I personally said B. Urban, how you feel about that?
Man, Rasheed spitting because it's like that nigga Naruto do be working on the clock like overtime, trying to resolve the situation, giving police resources to a kid, and like, man, I it's hard to call it because I'm like with the I can see him in a let me look at everybody else. Let me see who might be over him. Mm, I can see him in A.
Are you changing your ranking? Are you changing your ranking, brother?
I could change it. Yeah, I could change
Okay.
it to A. Because I'm looking at the rest of the list and I'm like, all right, I see people who could be.
In that same like sphere as him.
Yeah, and there's still people we can put over him.
Right. Okay.
Definitely.
I'm not like crazy against A. That's cool. Back to you, Urban. We're spinning the block.
On me. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about Hanma.
Okay.
I would say he belongs in the category of B. I put him at B because he's more like an aware henchman. Like he's aware he's a henchman, but he's very good at being a henchman. And like whenever you see Kasaki, you basically see Hama. Hama is the right hand of Kasaki in essence.
Okay.
And yeah, so for that, I would put him at B. He doesn't really grow. He's kind of just like, just like I like chaos anarchy type deal. And I'm gonna do whatever we got to do in order to get it. So yeah, I put him at B.
What about you, Rashid?
I also agree because that's the whole like partnership with him and Hama Kasaki. Like Kasaki's using Hama, Hama's using Kasaki because Kasaki can give him the most fights with the strongest or the ones he feel that are worthy of his time. So he does fit that role of anarchy, chaoticness. He's just purely there for the joy.
Yeah, like an
Nah, of course, like he belonged in a freaking DBZ world, bro. Like this man just loves the pure chaos. He plays the role. I think he has like the creepy but like edgy factor. But like he doesn't have anything that drives him, I think. Besides the fight, like the fighting is cool, but like he doesn't have any alternative motive or whatever. So I would say B2 for me.
Yeah, not much going for his character.
It's Hama.
Sadly.
I'm not tripping. It's Hama.
Yeah, that's Hama.
Because these manga, I'm a little blind. These manga panels be hard to see, man.
I be blind on colors.
Yeah, facts. All right, Rishi, it's your go.
Okay. Oof. Damn. I kind of just want to get some easy people out. Okay.
Go ahead.
The since I'm kind of thinking about easy people, then I kind of want to get the sisters out of the way just cause. But I forgot Mitsuki's sisters. I think that's his name. I can't. Yeah, the one with the scarves around their neck.
Oh, okay. The scars. Okay.
Yeah. They're only mentioned like a couple panels anyway. So I was kind of just like,
D.
You calling it D?
yeah.
I'm okay with that. I don't remember it.
Yeah. They were literally only shown for a couple panels just because Mitsuki was with them. If that's his name, I hope that's if I'm saying someone's completely wrong, but
Okay.
yeah, his motivation because he takes care of them and whatnot.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I don't remember that. All right, y'all. I'm about to go for another topic. I'm going.
Mitsuya, I think.
Mitsuya. Yeah. I knew it was like Mit something. I couldn't think of it.
Oh yeah,
Though.
he's the he's sold.
Taylor.
He's the one who made the fits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hard. He's a favorite.
Oh yeah, most
I fuck
definitely.
with
This
him.
and
I vibe with him.
this current arc, he gets his time to shine. Like,
Really?
yeah, he gets a lot of shine. Not crazy, but you do go in depth and more about him. There's like 4 chapters dedicated to him. I think 3 or 4.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start reading them.
Yeah, for sure.
It's selling me.
All right, but I'm about to go for another, not even heavy hitter, but like somebody that I think is worth a discussion. Hinata. I think Hinata is like a perfect anime girlfriend, man, for like this world. Like, she understands Takamichi. She's compassionate. She's caring, and like, even though like, yes, they were mad young when they dated, or they're like 12 or 13. She reminded Takamichi of a time in his life where things were normal or simple, where he didn't feel like a coward. Where this is before he like legitimately just kind of threw his life away. Like, she's the first one that picks on, oh look, you're acting different. Like, one time you're mature, next time you're like acting like us. Like, what's going on? She's just always there. And when you see her die in the different alternate verses, it kind of hurts your heart, because it's like he keeps trying. And yes, you could say maybe their romance doesn't feel genuine or whatever, because they dated when they were young, and how they want to date now in their late 20s. But I don't really care about it. We talk about character, like her as a character. And for me, I'm torn between B and A, but I might go A because she drives Takamichi to become like the best version of himself, which also has a downward like effect on everybody else. Like, it's a domino effect. So like, I'm like, you can sway me B or A either way, and I'm okay with that. I'm going A. If the brother's an A, she's an A. Okay. Yeah.
I'm also going to A because she's a huge motivation for Takamichi, and cleared his mind and made him get to decisions a lot. Like that whole scene when when we went back in time, like this was like after Kasaki was defeated, and now Mikey's the main antagonist for this. That whole the scene where Draken died. After that, then Takamichi was in the hospital. The conversation those two had, like, she really brings him back from the depths, because I'm pretty sure there's been many times Takamichi was about to just give up out flat, just because of what happened, just because he failed or something didn't go the way that he didn't want it to go. But Hinata was there and just said, she didn't really say anything crazy. It was like, you can still make it work, or something like that. I can't remember it, but the hospital scene when she's sitting while Takamichi's just sitting there talking to her, she's just reassuring him, saying, "Yo, you got this. You're that same hero from like we were kids." Like, it's mad interesting. I love their interaction. I love Hinata is like very understanding and just very like such a emotional pillar.
That understanding. Hinata.
Yeah.
I am a Hinata stan.
I would love if they had like a spin-off or something like that, and they just went and talked about their love life. That would be dope. I would
a slice of life.
Yeah.
I will watch that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What about you? Well, Rashid, you said A2. Okay. Urban, what do you think about your rating?
Oh no, I just told you I'm a Hinata stan, baby. You know what I'm saying? A rank for me. Not only is she understanding, not only is she intellectual as hell and perceptive of what is going on around them, she also an OG, bro. Like, she legit slapped Mikey. Like, didn't know who this nigga was, did not give a damn who the nigga was.
Oh yes.
Bam. Quit fucking with my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like both of y'all were saying, she's always getting Takamichi to the next level, you know. It's almost like she loves him, but in a way she's also like saving herself, you know, and she doesn't even know it.
You know that scene that's okay. that scene that hits me hard is when she's like, when Takamichi, like her dad's like, can you please stop talking to her? And he had to break up with her, and she like didn't understand why, and it was just crazy, man. It was just crazy. Yeah.
Yes, I'll go ahead.
All right, Urban, it's your go.
All right. Let us talk about. Man. I think his name is. Let me see. Sushi? Oh, I don't think that's him. Yeah, Sushi. Sushi. He is the one with like the pompadour.
Oh, the red hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where?
Third one from the top. Third one from the top. Going, yeah, right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna put him as. I'm gonna put him as C. I put him at C because he is a really dope character, but we don't get a lot we get a lot early on. Basically, like I really like that he was like ride or die for Takamichi, because in the original timeline, he stabs Kiyomasa and goes to jail, becomes a mobster.
Right.
What he did to Takamichi is fucked up. So it's just like.
But he did start the series. He started the series.
He's the catalyst. Yes, he's also the catalyst. But it's like, other than that, I don't feel much like, I guess, towards him as far as like him developing and growing as a character. Like, he's just one of those like background supports that shows up, indications that Takamichi needs his friends. Because I would imagine like Takamichi become a captain, and his friends are like his top soldiers, but like we only see his friends every so often. So see.
Yeah,
I'm okay with C. Like you kind of hear everything on a point. What about you, Rashid?
I agree too, because like other than him being a catalyst, then the whole thing they were going with like him being a victim, as now Takamichi's trying to save Hinata and him, but mainly him, so he can stop because he's the one who kills Hinata, so he's trying to save him so he doesn't become a victim or whatever they had on him. So it's, other than that, he's there here and there, and the only time we ever see him like really become like a top because there was like a scene with Takamichi being a captain or something at some point, and his friends were there. Other than that, so we saw like a little future timeline where if they were all gangsters, like for real. But other than that, nah.
All right, so it's unanimous.
Yeah, man. Rashid, your
Calls him as I sees him.
Rashid, your go.
Michiya. Michiya is a dope character, honestly. Now, not only does like he's like their tailor, very good at design. He can really fight. He's really compassionate. He really can hold it down. Like he raised his sister, and the whole thing with the bloody Christmas and thing, just because he was in the same situation as them, but actually handle it in the correct way rather than abusing his siblings and blaming them for having to raise them or anything like that. He was trying to teach. He was pretty much trying to teach, like not really teach, but pretty much showed like, all right, your way is wrong, but I can understand why you went down this path. Because there's been a time, like I think he also mentioned during it, like maybe he almost did the exact same thing, or just was very like the pressure or the stress that built up on it also made him look negatively on things. But then he changed his mind or just kept doing what he had to do, and he found it through designing.
So what would you rate him?
I would rate him S. I mean, there's some other things I didn't mention about him, but I'm pretty sure yes. got that. Well, I rate Mr. Anas. He's amazing. I absolutely love him.
Yes.
How about you, Gensho?
Urban, I want to hear what you say.
So I know y'all told me that he gets like 4 chapters dedicated to himself.
Yeah, a little.
I would say he could go, for me, I could definitely put him in the A rank, I would say. I put him up there with Shifuya. Because Shifuya, is also a very amazing character. You know, he is very understanding, and he does go to like he gets it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, yo, I understand why you want to punch somebody's face in. Sometimes I punch niggas face in too. But that ain't always, necessarily the answer. There's other things in life. But as far as like, I guess the story goes, like he's involved, but he's still kind of like an accent. So I would pair him kind of like Hanma with more depth, which is what I would put him definitely over Hanma.
Okay.
But maybe not on the same level as like Kasaki.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna agree A off of that too, because I do feel like he's not gonna be as important as Kasaki or Track, and it might be personally for me.
Okay, well that makes sense. Importance of story. Yeah.
So that's another. He's not. It's not like he's a bad character. It's just like gotta tear somebody. So that's what.
Yeah.
I mean. Where
No
is it
respect,
at?
because every point you made, Rashid, is spot the fuck on.
Is it? I can't. What? Is this him?
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
Next to Mikey.
Ah, bro, I'm blind. Hold up.
Next to Mikey. I was gonna say
Bro,
yeah.
I can't even see, bro. I promise you. Nah,
It's all
like
good.
for sure. I was gonna tell you guys. Right, we are back. Whose turn was it?
We just did Mitsuya, so I think it's on you, Gensho.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Mikey's apparent brother, not brother.
It's half.
Yeah. No, they're
Well,
not.
not half,
They're
but
not related.
well, yeah, I forgot. I didn't mean to say half, but it's just easier for me to understand it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
His stepbrother? Nah, it's not even his stepbrother.
So Mikey's older, like biological older brother, used to be really close with him. Type vibe.
Yeah, took care of him because he was like an orphan or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were actually related.
Nah.
No.
So basically, I just thought he was badass. I thought his motivation was like decent, not like terrible, the worst thing, but it wasn't like crazy. When I saw him on like a panel, he brought fear to me. Not like I was like, bro, Toma can fuck around and lose this battle. Like him and Kasaki teaming up, it was dope. Like I was like, okay, this is like a new breath of fresh air. Even the way he went, like the way he died was like epic. I think he was just a cool ass character. Nothing too crazy. I'll probably say B. Top of B.
What I find interesting or funny, he actually did almost bring down Toman. That's the funniest thing. I think that was like their major final battle or something like that. Because I think that's where also Kisaki ended up. Yeah.
Dog walking everybody.
Yeah, like honestly, like if it wasn't, well, get more depth with that, but yeah, if it wasn't for everybody and mainly Takamichi for pumping some motivation to everyone because they were down by numbers. Strength was also a factor as well. So like they didn't just beat them because numbers. They also had very strong individuals like the twins or the brothers. I forgot their names, but it was a really dope fight. He overall my opinion on his motivation to me was kind of like I kind of thought it was lackluster because if you think about it, to me kind of just came off, oh, I hate you and I want to kill you because your blood brother wanted to pay more attention to you instead of his some kid he picked it off the street. I'm sorry, I can understand some jealousy, some envy there, but
extreme daddy issues, man.
yeah, it's like extreme. Like I need that person in my life, and you can't have. That's the kind of thing.
Yeah, that's OD.
So he was very dependent on him. I guess it's something that can happen, but I kind of thought the reason for him hating Mikey was still kind of subpar still. Compared to other people for actually hating Mikey or want something against him.
True. It was kind of bratty.
Yeah.
But human in nature. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like I respect it. It's whatever, but it's kind of makes sense. It's just not what you would really expect or like to really leave in you for some kind of motivation. But that's yeah.
What would you rank him as?
I'll also say V. Other than his character design, he's pretty cool. Motivation was all right. Fighting skill is absolutely amazing, but we didn't really get in depth because as soon as he was shown, he was kind of like a Rengoku. He was kind of taken away like after that arc ended. So
yeah, I would put him. I can go with B. Because he is kind of like another Hanma, essentially. He's powerful, he's intelligent, he has the ability to, accrue a team. He is still being used by Kasaki, which puts him, in lower ranks. I mean, other people are being used by Kasaki, but just as far as, like you said, like the depth of what we get from him, he's kind of just like the kid who wanted revenge for the love he didn't get, which is we get. That's real. It's just not. I wouldn't say it's enough to put him in higher rankings.
Yeah, something like, but I also kind of feel like because of that, he was kind of easy manipulated by Kasaki because for a while he was going off pure emotion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bet. Urban, it's your go now.
All right, let's go with Taiju, the Red Dragon leader, big brother.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He is I put him at C. I think I put him at C because he brought us a good arc. He was a good villain. I felt like he was very relatable. It was just that. Actually, because I'm thinking now, and I'm like, he really is. He is also what I would consider one of Takamichi's like first like true. I don't want to say true tests because him fighting. What's my boy's name? Kagemasa. The first guy, like that was tough because he had to choke him out. But with this one, there was like no real like way for him to outpower Taiju, and he still like got away with it, and he had like some character to him. But I digress. I put him at C because I see Hanma and Izuna over him.
Okay. Rashid, what do you think?
I kind of like Taiju mainly not character wise. Like he was a great villain, as Urban said. He was a great villain for the arc. He brought an amazing arc, and he was a test for Takamichi. Another test, really, another statement. It was kind of like another growing point for Takamichi, which he brought along, which was amazing. It was nice to see that side of Takamichi. Because he was taking those hits that even Mitsuya couldn't even take.
Bruh. Taiju is knocking everybody out. I'm talking about clean, one hitter quitter.
Wait, is he the one? He's from the Bloody Christmas Party. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, he was the one that was beating on his siblings.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I had to remember. I thought he was a good ass villain, bro. Yeah, see, I thought he was pushing them to the. Until Mikey came, I thought my nigga was about to. All them niggas about to die, bro.
I mean, most definitely, unless Mikey came, but and especially since they were also surrounded by his whole gang. But like still, I mean, if you look at him by himself, I mean, yeah, he's a pretty good villain for that arc, and he did bring some changes, and the depth within his character, like, can be relatable in real life to a lot of people. But other than the growth he brought for Takamichi, I don't see any other standpoint. I kind of wouldn't put
Okay,
him in
but what's
But
the
I could
growth?
put him top of C.
But what's the growth from Mikey's attachment issues, wannabe brother, to this one? Like, wouldn't that make him more impactful if like he helped Takamichi's growth?
I wasn't done. I was saying I wasn't going to put him in C. But I did.
No, I'm just saying like a general
Yeah.
question. Like, no, I wasn't
like general. Oh, so the more impact. Okay.
How do you have more impact? I would say that Izuna had more impact because it was more like what's the word? He was like a what's my boy's name? Taiju is strong. Izuna was like an unstoppable force. Because Taiju is basically like whipping all of them by himself. Izuna could whip him by himself, but he also had like people like in front of him that were also capable of whooping a large part of the group by themselves. Um, so yeah, for that, I would say he was more for Takamichi. Well, I guess he was more related to Mikey than Takamichi.
Yeah, Iza was
Still
a
had
growth.
impact.
Yeah, I felt like Iza for his impact, his most valuable impact was for Mikey, because Mikey was very lost and confused and didn't know what to do against Iza because of what Iza told him and how he got attached to his brother, how he kind of says they're brothers. But but in the sense of Taiju, his impact is more directly towards Takamichi and the two siblings, because the two siblings definitely grow after that, especially the youngest brother grow a good amount after like the whole impact with Taiju. Or like it's kind of like the whole thing, they're hashing out their trauma. That's kind of what like the in-depth part of Taiju comes from.
He's the source of family trauma.
Yeah, that's so like Taiju has more of an impact on like Takamichi standing up to a force that he normally probably wouldn't even had taken the chance to stand up towards, as well as it was kind of, you know, hashing out trauma with the siblings and letting the youngest brother grow as a person.
Yeah,
Because it was because the arc was definitely all about them. So
yeah, and I feel that. So both of y'all are saying B.
Yeah, I said.
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Because I'm like top of C, but now I guess the question is, do his I put him in C because I would definitely put both of his siblings over him.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But I might not. I don't know. I'm like, did both siblings go into A though? A or S?
The sister goes in A. I'm gonna say that straightforward.
Yeah, facts. Not facts. I agree.
The sister was the real MVP. I kind of feel bad for the younger brother because
No, this her. This her.
yeah, that's
throwing her. I'm throwing
yeah.
her.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I kind of feel.
I think she was the G, like she's the one. You know, she's smaller than the brother, obviously, just off of being like a girl. She's taking the beatings, and she's also like putting on a strong face for all of them. Like she's like wearing heart on her sleeve. She in the alternate time, like the original timeline, she did the dirty work and stabbed her brother. Like, bro, she's that girl.
Gangster. Yo, the women in this anime are straight gangster.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Like that's
not to be trifled with.
Fact.
Yeah. And it's crazy because it really takes a lot because she really did try to help. Because I think she even said it like in the manga or whatever that she was actually waiting for Taiju to change or find something with them to like not abuse
Where's the
them whatsoever. Something the
him right
you
here?
looking for the brother? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him. Yeah, yeah.
What
But it
y'all?
was kind of it was I think I feel bad for the young I was kind of talking about it, but I kind of low key forgot about it. But I feel bad for the youngest mainly because it was the most traumatic. Because when we first was learning about the whole situation, he was talking about how he took all the beatings and all that stuff for his sister. To later come find out that she secretly was taking all of them, and he kind of just took
He
it
got the
upon
leftovers.
himself to kind of just
He got
flip
the
it around
leftover
because
beatings. He got the
yeah,
it's like it's one of them situations where you like, why am I always the one getting beat up?
yeah,
And it's like, dude, it's the one time I ain't take the ass whooping for you out of 20 something times. You think you the one always getting it?
And also, I
yeah,
think it was like, he didn't want to be in front of the homies. He didn't want to be like, oh yeah, my little sister. Wait, no, older sister, right? She's older. Is she
yeah.
younger?
She's older. He's the
Okay, but
youngest.
still, you know how it is. Like, she's smaller and she's a girl, so you're like, I don't want to, I want to act tough in front of the guys, type shit. That's what I got from that too.
I
Because
can understand that, but I kind of didn't receive that. I thought it was like very like it was kind of like one of those traumas he had that he just hid and changed the story around so he didn't feel bad about how he let his sister get beat.
yeah, because she's a girl.
But yeah, yeah. Well, I guess, but I don't really say it was because she was a girl. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't.
Okay.
I kind of I, no, I kind of just feel like it's like one of those she protected me, but I did nothing for her kind
Mhm.
of things. That's kind of how I look at it. I'm not saying like
Mhm.
wrong or anything. It's just that's how I look at it. I kind of just think he regrets not being able to do anything for his sister.
Nah, for sure. Urban, what you think about that?
I put him on the same level as his brother.
Yeah.
I put him on B. Because yeah, like she really shines. He does really grow, and A looks like an area for growth. I don't know. I I put him. I say B because it's like he should. I put him higher than Taiju on B. Um, because he is like he does grow,
Mhm.
but even at the time of him like facing off with his brother, he's still kind of like, like shrinked up on him. So
I think it just comes down for me to I put her. I don't think he's on a level as her. Like, I can't really even be like, because like they both went through traumatic things, but they're both growing. But I think, not trying to scale the trauma or whatever, but like I think she went through more or whatever. And he went through his stuff too. Of course, like a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. But I personally like her as a character more for me. And that's just why I say B. They're
Yeah,
both really good characters.
yeah, she kind of handled it better. She kind of handled it a lot differently than him, but yeah, I get what you mean. He did still was kind of like scared of his brother once they finally confronted him, but at some point during the confrontation, he finally actually went against him. Like he still lost, but hey, that's the growth that you really needed to see. But yeah, I agree with B.
Okay, bet. I guess Urban, you brought these two up or whatever in a sense since we had on this
yeah,
topic.
yeah. If
Rashid.
we want to bring multiples up, like in
Yeah,
group
I'm cool with that.
I'm with that too.
I'm with that too. It just moves it faster too. Um, I want to talk about the twins.
Oh
Smiley,
yeah, yeah,
and Anger, because I remember. Look, I love them. They're dope characters. They have an amazing moment in the last battle, the last big battle in the last arc. I love the character design, the blue hair. Like I love them as characters. They just don't get the shine. So I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I can co-sign on that because I,
yeah.
like I said, I personally really fuck with this is Smiley the one? No, not Smiley. Angry,
Angry.
the one with blue hair.
Mhm.
One of my favorite characters in Tokyo Revengers. But I put them in C because it's just like they're there to throw hands. We got a glimpse into, like
Angry's
really.
past, but that's about it.
But the only reason we got the glimpse into Angry's past is so you know that he's about to black out and fuck everybody up. Like,
Yeah.
that was pretty much the extent of how they explored the twins. So it's just like,
Sadly.
give me some more, and I'll give them more.
I
I would
don't
love
think
to
we
give
get,
them more reason
and I
to do
don't think
more.
we'll get. I would love to Tokyo Revengers. My bad, Irvin. I was just saying,
No, you're
like,
good.
I think they should do like Tokyo Revenger light novels, like of these different characters, because like we're in the final arc and we're still not gonna get. I feel like we're not gonna get a crazy expo about them. Do a light novel and cash cow too, of course, because there's a lot of characters I think I would like to hear about a little more.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm going to see Urban said or she. How do you feel? Same.
I feel the exact same way. You guys touch on a point. So what's really enough to be said about them? Sadly.
That's why I'm like, I love them. I was just like,
Yeah.
they might have not known that they were going to be loved, and then it's like, how do you write someone into the story more without taking away from the story? So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Right.
For a second there, I thought you was talking about the other brothers they fought against within the whole Toman versus Izu's group fight.
Mhm.
Like the brothers that got them to that point. It was I forgot their names.
They
The
would have
name
won.
of
Oh
those.
yeah,
They would
it's
have
the
won.
one. It's the one with the black hair and
Yeah.
with
They
the
would have won.
ponytails.
They would have won in C for me too. Come on.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's
Go
what I
ahead,
thought
drop
you was
them in
talking about
C.
at first. Truthfully, yeah,
Yeah,
you
let's
could
let's go
drop
ahead
them
and
to.
drop them in C for the same reasons, y'all.
Yeah, for
If
definitely.
y'all
Where
want a
they at? Where
deeper
they at? Right here.
explanation, in the middle, down bottom. Yep,
These two.
that's
One
that
sec.
one for sure.
That one with the black hair, yeah, that for sure. I don't know I don't remember what the other brother looks like, sadly, which is weird.
Mm.
One sec.
Yo, can we drop him in D? He's trash.
Yeah,
Apologize.
Yeah, can we just drop him in D? Are y'all okay with that? I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And like, if y'all got any questions about the rankings and y'all feel like y'all want a better explanation, just hit us up in the comments.
No facts. We're gonna go in depth about the people that matter, but this is a long list. We're trying to,
Okay, yeah. The white hair one that was standing next to him, yeah, that's also
him.
the brother.
Nah, I won't
Yeah,
pass it.
dude, right there.
That fight was badass. Like I know that
Yeah.
The fight was hard.
the anime will take like 60 years to get to that point, but like when it does get animated, whatever, that's gonna be dope. If it gets that far, but I think Tokyo Revengers is popular enough for the anime to get all the way through.
Thanks.
If not,
Yeah.
Oh, his hair is white and blue. No wonder I didn't remember him.
Okay. Y'all remember him?
nah.
I don't.
Wait, nah.
D. Throw some D.
Takamichi's friends, I love y'all, but like C, low C.
Y'all get low C.
I
Because they're not.
I was gonna say they're there.
Yeah,
They're
C.
there.
They exist.
So we put them in C.
Yeah.
Sure. Is all three of them? All three of them's there.
Where's the other? This one?
Yeah, that's one.
Yep.
And the last one is next to Takamichi, on the left of Takamichi. Yep.
Cool. We just narrowed this down easy. Y'all remember him?
That's the duo. That's the duo of the. What was her name? God damn it.
The one with the mask.
The girl right there, next to the guy with the mask. I forgot her name again.
I forgot.
But she's a leader of one of the new gen gangs that Takamichi. She asked Takamichi to join their gang.
Oh yeah, her. I remember her.
Yeah.
Okay. She was cool. The expo on her hasn't been crazy. I think I'll probably say like top of C.
I'll take that. That's valid.
Yeah, I take that. There's not much been said about her, but it's been said the connection between her, Mikey, and then the guy with the mask.
Oh my gosh! Remember when the chapter about the skateboard? That was Tokyo Revengers low point,
Yeah.
bro.
I was about to say that's the wrong person. You grabbed the wrong person.
What, this one?
Yeah, that's her brother. That's the guy. That's the person.
Where's the
Mikey.
girl? Her? No,
Oh, no, down here. It was right next to the
her.
guy with the mask. That's the dude.
Her.
next to Mikey's brother. Next to
Bro,
Mikey's
hold
brother.
up. Her.
No,
Wait, hold on.
I forgot her name, so this is difficult. But she has eyes like
Oh.
Mikey.
Go to the left. Yeah, immediately to the left. Go down.
Now go down. Her.
Oh, her. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. See, if this was in color, this would be like totally different. Okay. But nah, yeah. Top of C for me. It wasn't. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but I'm actually excited for her for this arc because I feel like we'll get some more on her. Maybe.
I'm okay
It's
with
low,
that.
but maybe. But yeah, I was about to say there's not much about her besides the connection. We learned the connection that she really has with Mikey, saying, "Oh, she's the reason that about his dark impulses. That she was the whole reason for that." Which is true, but
He's over a skateboard, bro. Okay.
it was an airplane, model airplane.
Definitely took your Avengers lowest point. I'm trying to get audio. I'm like,
if you notice, however, we say it's a low point, but if you notice, everybody's motivations are relative to what they're doing is extreme as hell, but their motivations are relative to their age. Except for Takamichi, but Takamichi, the argument could be made that he's stuck in the past, so he never really, he really never grew / aged.
Yeah, he's still 15, 13, whatever he is.
Kinda, yeah. Like emotionally and traumatically. So
yeah, for sure. Y'all, I remember him because he had like a badass fight. He was
that's the duo I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's him and the other guy, the one you mistaken for a female. They were a duo.
They were fighting. Correct?
They weren't fighting Angry Smiler. They were fighting the leader. His name, I forgot his name, but he's the guy with the neck tattoo with his hand next to his ear. They were fighting him by themselves, and they got whooped.
What do y'all think about these two? Is this tag C, D?
I don't really think about them outside of fight scenes, so I could throw them in D.
Yeah, they're only in fight scenes, sadly. So
is it D?
Yeah, I could throw them in D.
Okay.
I'm fine with that as well. I mean, their designs are cool, but you really only see them fight, and the only.
Not even top of D. I like the sister twins better.
Oh my.
Okay, but
at least they give Mitsuya.
I remember this dude because he was selling out the dirty laundry.
Coco.
Yeah, I remember this nigga. I like his design too. What y'all think?
I still don't know how to feel about him. I like his design and all that stuff like that, and he was really about the money, like he was really about the money. But I really don't know how to feel about him, truthfully. Even to this point, because he's still relevant to even now.
I'll put him at B.
Okay.
B for Coco.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he is like, I kind of put him in like a sub Kasaki level. Like the reason he is so powerful isn't because of his like battle combat ability. It's more so like the intelligence that he offers to whoever he is associating himself with. And then of course to have that background for, like you said, like the reason for why he wants money and shit. It's like, all right, I can see that, you know what I'm saying? What you're doing is wrong, but if you somebody who live like that, then you gonna try and figure out how to get it any way possible. Fuck everybody else except for his partner. So yeah.
So what'd you say, Rashid? What are you reading?
Oh, I was gonna say, what do you guys go off? Because I truly don't know how I feel about him. Like I think he's interesting in his own way, but at the same time, I don't have like a for sure rating for him myself.
I'm gonna go top of C. Yeah, top of C. What about you, Urban?
I want to say I want him going into B. Top of C. He would have to go on top of C because I feel like he's definitely better than everybody else. Like I said, he's like a mini Hanma mixed with. He's like he almost looks like his character design is almost like a combo of Hanma and Kasaki.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Where you split the time? Urban said B. I said C. What are you thinking?
I'll go with C. I'll go with C. I'll go with C.
Okay, I'll go top.
Okay.
All right. Y'all remember her?
Yeah, that's Mikey's sister.
Oh yeah, the one that died. Yeah. Oh wait.
Yeah, she was more so used like a tool.
Yeah.
Like just
Upside the back.
R.I.P. Man. When she died, I was like, oh shit. Like I was like shocked. I was like, damn.
I was down too.
I was more upset for Draken's response to that. And I was like, what really was like, oh my, like how's Draken gonna feel? That's how I was. But other than that, she was cool. Wasn't she messing with Takamichi one time?
No, she was only doing that to make Draken jealous.
But
so
yeah,
so he can pay more attention to her or whatever.
So other than that, she was cool. Like she's there. Like I'll go see. She's cool.
Yeah.
What about you,
Urban? She's fine. Well, I don't know. I would say she's like the same as like the twin sisters.
She doesn't do much.
A little bit more because she impacts the story a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she can go in the C. She can go in the C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like we don't got no more room to see. Oh damn! I was gonna say.
I'll probably say that right here.
C is stacked.
X.
Yeah.
Y'all remember him?
That's
Just Coco's.
That's the person that Coco was with, trying to start the Black Dragon gang up with, but then he found Taiju. They centered around him. Then I forgot what he does now, what he's doing now, but I forgot about him. Truthfully, I don't know if he's still.
If Coco's in C, I put him in D. Respectfully.
I remember because so I'm okay with it.
I remember him. They struggled to actually revive Black Dragon gang off those two alone, mainly because he was trying to be the leader for the new Black Dragon, but he didn't have the strength. That's why the Taiju's the leader.
Wait, was he the one that was doing it? Was he the one that was doing it for money or something like that?
That was Coco. No, that's the person who worked with Coco, but he actually wanted to genuinely revive the Black Dragons just because he admired them.
Yeah, I'm going D, bro. I'm going D. Urban, you okay with that?
Yeah, I said D.
All right. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh no, I'm Gucci. I don't. I was saying I don't remember him either. Besides that one point.
All right. So what we think about Maji? Or who's it on? My bad.
I was gonna just do him. Y'all remember? I'm getting the.
That's the leader of Osen. Just D.
D.
I just get all them unimportant.
Pena D.
Who? Him.
Pena.
Him.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
He's the one
who was with Paul Chan, and he was also the one we kind of suspected to try to stab Draken, but he's actually the one who set them up. But
anybody else D?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's D.
Y'all remember? This is a girl right here.
That's a brother. That's the guy Mikey's he ripped mouth. He ripped. That's who that is.
What do y'all think of?
He ripped his mouth off? Damn.
Yeah, he ripped his mouth.
Jesus.
That's why he wears that mask, because there's just a big scars at the end of his cheeks.
looks like Mikey.
Yeah. Yo, they were children when Mikey did that.
D.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm asking Rashid because I don't remember, so I'm just going off his right.
Yeah. It's just that he doesn't really get anything till the backstory about like the airplane. That's the only time he's really relevant. And then now everyone's kind of questioning him because he follows Mikey, like he's a Mikey follower.
Okay. Trying to get everybody that's not important out the way.
The lion tattoo guy. I forgot his name.
Don't remember him.
Yep. No,
Urban. Oh no, you don't. Oh,
This dude.
oh no, he's somewhat. He's also kind of a Rengoku, but I wouldn't put him D. I put him as. Let's see. I actually loved him.
Urban.
Yeah, he can go and see.
Yeah.
I think we got two versions of Mikey.
That's Mikey's brother. What? Wait, which one?
Brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. All right, him.
I don't know who that is. Truthfully, I can't remember off that face.
I don't know.
He's from like Bloody Christmas.
I feel like that from Bloody Christmas, but I also feel like it was one of the guys from the alleyway, but I don't think so.
Urban, you remember?
Nah, he can go in D.
Her.
That's the one. That's the one that likes.
Oh, no, I thought that. But we just did her.
There's two.
No, so the other person y'all did, that is Mikey's sister.
Yeah, Mikey's sister likes Draken.
Mikey's sister does like Draken, but that's the other girl. That's the one that was with. That's always with Draken. That girl is always with Draken, I think.
I know what you're talking about. One of the females that raised him from where he's at. I think that's
who she is. Yeah.
That's what she looks like to me.
I think that okay. What do you see? Just off of raising him, I guess.
I mean, I still put her at D. Like,
I'll put her at D. She's not important in general, other than to.
This.
I don't really know him.
Don't remember.
That's the guy that actually knew. He'd worked with Mikey's brother. Oh, he was part of the first generation of the
D.
Yeah, but there's not much going on with him.
I think we have
that guy. He's C.
He's C. Definite C.
He got.
What do you do?
He's the other person that calls Mikey hero. He's actually, I wouldn't say he's crazy important to the story, but he does have some relevance. He's
Takamichi's old friend.
Yeah, old friend, old rival. Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. Okay, I'm sorry. Got 5 characters. I think they're all important in their own way or worth the conversation. Let's get it. Let's talk about Maji. How y'all feel about Maji rating? Let's get it. Let's get the combo started.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just go ahead. Well, with Maji, I one of my personal favorites, of course. Well, before I really go into talking about him, I kind of want to say A. I'll put him A. Mainly because, when first Maji was introduced, I kind of had the feeling that he was kind of just like a crazed maniac or something like that. He was just all about the fight. Really didn't think if he did have intelligence, it would be like a little bit of it. I thought he was like more brawn, like more muscle than brain, but he actually showed both, which interesting because his whole idea of pretending to betray his friends that he looks out for like so much to the point that he sees them as his real family. It's strange for him to just up and betray them just because Kizotaru's over there saying this and that.
Yeah, I don't think Kazuma Torah would be enough for him to kind of like enough debt to where he feels like, oh, I did something wrong.
Yeah, I felt like him like going over to that side was kind of like I need to see where Kazutora's standpoint is and see if I can bring him back into this so we can stand back. Because I kind of say Baji, I wouldn't say Baji was kind of the person who was stuck in the past, but he was kind of the person who wanted like his family to always be together and to keep that promise that was mentioned when they first created Toman. So like he's a very down to earth person, which is not shown through his actual personality. Well, yeah, through his actions, really.
Yeah, he's like a male. Well, I don't know if it's gender specific, but he's like a tsundere.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
He act like I don't give a fuck about none of this, but I really love all y'all.
Yeah.
So what would you rate him?
I already said A. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Urban?
I gotta have him go in A as well. He also, has like major impact on the universe and the story there after his death. Certain people adopt his even likeliness, and it's one of those losses that Takamichi really holds. I would say is like hell.
And
I
also,
don't think Baji came back.
and he also and he also like gave the keys to Takamichi. I was like, look, you have to like carry Toma into the light, man.
Yeah. He also left him with the duty of not Mikey killing Kazutora, as well as which I also like about Baji, Jesus, about Baji, is that the fact that at the end, like, because I kind of thought it was kind of like the whole arc, because the whole objective Takamichi had was so Baji wouldn't die, so Mikey didn't do the impulse to have his dark impulses activate and kill Kazutora and go down this whole evil path. But Baji still died, and it was an interesting way because he killed himself. He made it so Kazutora couldn't blame himself, and Mikey couldn't blame Kazutora.
Yeah, he did some G shit. Like,
yeah,
very self-sacrificial, like for the cause, for his family.
Ultimate honor. For sure.
Oh, for sure.
Did I choose Baji? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
So
now back to you, Urban. Who you want to talk about?
Since we already touched on him, we can go ahead and translate to Kazuma Torah. I'll put him in B because he falls under Baji in my eyes. He kind of resembles the rest that are categorized in B. As far as like he was more of a brawler, but he was more of a brawler, but there was more to him that would keep him out of C, and more growth that occurs to him out of C. Motivation, lackluster, in my opinion. But once again, like I said, if we look at everybody's motivation, you could really attribute it to we judge it with like older eyes, but like you could attribute it to like young kids. Like, I hate you. Why do I hate you? Because you broke my skateboard. Like that type of shit. So I put him in B. What y'all think?
What do you think, Rashid?
I personally, I kind of like Kazutora in a odd way, but his I agree with his whole motivation thing. I wouldn't say it was lackluster. It was confusing and very twisted. Like his motivation for hate, like his reasoning for hating Mikey was like the whole thing about how Kazutora was stealing a bike from him from his own brother's shop, killed his brother, then blamed Mikey for it because he was doing everything for Mikey. But I kind of feel like that was his way because he killed a person with his own hands, and he learned that it was the person that's important to the person who he was stealing a bike for. So I feel like he shifted his blame on Mikey, even though he knew deep down it was all his fault. So I kind of so like in some sort of way he was messed up in the head after that whole situation. He was definitely messed up in the head because he even stabbed Baji because he thought Baji was going to leave him like everyone else or something like that. So somewhere from that point on he lost sanity completely. He has it back now, but at that point he lost sanity. He was, I forget how old. He killed a person, learned it was like someone he cared about. Well, the person he cared about's brother. So like it's kind of messed up, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't even know how to react to that. Even though Mikey tried to dumb it down, he was kind of just lost in it, the whole situation of what he's done, and just said Mikey is the cause of this. Because when it comes down to it, he was doing it for Mikey, therefore it was Mikey's fault. That's him pushing blame, which sucks and doesn't make any sense, but that's why it's twisted, and that's why he comes off as so crazed and really can pop off at any moment of time, like with the whole I'm stabbing Baji, the person I care about the most, which is weird. But I personally, since I look at him like that, I actually like him after I kind of did an analysis of like his whole reasoning, or like kind of cleared up like his reasoning within that. But he's just kind of like a lost soul, truthfully. That like most definitely. I will put him A because I feel like his depth is a lot more than them. Because like his reasoning, yeah, makes no sense, confusing. But if you look down into it like in depth or really trying to analyze it, it makes logical sense. Because he's pushing blame on a traumatic event that he couldn't see for himself.
Okay. I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
I will say this.
Mm,
Everything you described is like a heightened version of Hakai, and he's in B.
Okay.
Yeah, the younger Shiba brother. Like he has a lot of trauma. Now Kazutora's trauma has led him to, take a more antagonistic stance,
Mm-hmm.
and he does more damage. But it's kind of like, that's what I'm saying. Like he kind of fits in the group with the B rank people.
Yeah.
For me, because
yeah.
I'm like, you're right. He's a very good character. He is very complex.
Yeah, I kind of well then. Yeah, I get what you mean. I agree. He does kind of fit the stuff along with them more so than I probably failed to realize. But
because
yeah,
we're looking at all the traumatic people like Izuna, Taiju, the younger brother. Hanma is just Hanma.
yeah. But yeah, he's trauma bonding with the other three. I could see that. But I don't know. I kind of he has a more of an impact, and I kind of like him because like Taiju, he kind of actually, reflects and really decides, all right, I did something wrong. I have sinned. I need to, repent or do what's needs to be done to make things right. Which is nice because that's actually what Kazutora does after a while. He actually starts living by what he thinks Baji would have wanted.
Yeah, he goes through his redemption arc. For sure.
But yeah,
Gensho.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to sway you. I was just like,
I
was
get
like,
what
you're
mean.
making very good points.
Like, yes, yeah, both make really good points. I probably would say B too. The reason why I say B is because as I look at who's in A, like every point you said makes sense, but even like on the effect to like the story, like outside the arc, like of course he matters and that arc was important for other arcs, like arcs follow, so you need that, but like I don't look at Naruto like I don't see Kizatora as important as this character, as that character, like any character in A. I don't see him.
He came back.
That's true.
And it's kind of like without kind of like, it's funny how the writer did that, but he's kind of like the future Maji if there was a future Maji.
That is true. That is true. He did come back. I don't know. Like the point when you said like all of them kind of fit in the same group and stuff like that, I kind of just like, yeah, I see that for me. But like, yeah, I would go B for me. I'll go B. Like, I think he's a really cool character. What I love is like character designs and Tooker.
Let's put him at top of B.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think he definitely earns that because like Rashid is saying, he is making like I can't just enough. Rashid is making excellent points. It's just like I don't see him with the A category of characters or the S at this time. But that's not to say he can't get there with more because out of everyone, I will say he is the one that we got to find out the most about. And he has a deeper kind of like hate relationship than Izuna does, you know?
Yeah.
In a sense, because it's like, I hate you because, you know, you took me away, you took my brother away from me, whereas Kazuma Torah is like, I took your brother away from you for you, and you know, you looking at me like I'm the bad guy. Like, nah. So
that's facts. Alrighty. Who chose? Rashid, I think it's your go now.
Oh yeah. Well, since we kind of mentioned it, I kind of want to talk about Mikey's brother. So we was kind of touching on it right then and there, as we're talking about Kazuma Torah. Well, I find him interesting. We don't know much about him completely since he's only there for bits and pieces or like memory fragments or anything we can learn about him. But from what has been said about him, he's kind of like in the same way as, because him and Takamichi has been referred to as the same person a lot, which is why Mikey says he kind of trusts him, like easily trusts him with random things that he probably wouldn't even tell Draken to do. But and kind of going off of that thoughts, I want to say A, mainly because his motivation. He's like the start of a lot of things because Mikey looked up to his brother very much so. And if I remember correctly, sorry for the pause. If I remember correctly, I think Mikey started the whole Toman off of. I think no, never mind. That's wrong thought. I was like, I think he started Toman off of that whole idea that his brother also started a gang, but I don't think he even knew his brother started a gang. Damn, I lost my train of thought. But he's the starting point for Mikey and a lot others. So he has a huge impact for a lot of the characters within here, especially the people who's been part of the Black Dragons. Besides Taiju didn't care anything about that, but all the other members looked up to him greatly,
he's like you know, he's like Shisui.
Yes.
Very impactful, had ripple effect across the Chiha clan and, you know, the world as is dead, and yeah. I put him at that level, but that would be like that's like between C to B. I put him in B because his impact is greater than just the C characters out on the list by far, but I don't know.
That
A, he could go in A
at the bottom, truthfully, because I was kind of thinking B as well, but I kind of put him A, but like at the bottom of A in my opinion.
Yeah. What you think, Show?
I think the impact is there. Like, you know, he's Mikey's older brother. His death starts the whole chain of events with Kazuma Torah. I mean, like he's a big figure in the gangster world or whatever in this Tokyo Rangers world. He's like the unknown Godfather in a sense.
It's like a ghost.
Yeah.
He's
So
dead, but his name has been living for
like it has so much
years.
weight. It's like on some like you said, She Sweet, or like if I made example to like a One Piece reference, like Joy Boy or something stuff like it's like we know it's important and we know it is like a whole like history and stuff, and we just don't know it, but we know that that's an important figure. That has weight. So I would probably say B. Yeah, say B. Like top of B though.
Yeah, go top of me.
Oh, is that cool, everyone?
Yeah, nah, it's good with me.
Okay. All right. It was my go, but I'm gonna lump them all in there. All of them are S. We all agree, like all three of them are S, right?
Yeah, we can drop
Yeah.
them at S and just talk about what makes them S material. That's fair.
Who do y'all? Let's talk about. I'll say talk about first Draken. I think Draken is the one of the best right hands and like new gen anime is as a whole. Holds it down for the group. The conscience leader, the emotion of Toma. We always remember in the reference to hospital scene where a girl gets assaulted, and Mikey's like, "Bro, that wasn't our fault." Well, yes, because our consequences of actions for being around. He's just a badass leader in himself. It's sad that I think he's probably dead for the count. I think he's dead. I think he's gone.
Yeah, he's like Maji. The loss is needed to stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to mention Draken reminds me the hell out of Zoro.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Like
Yeah.
loyal right captain, but also going loyal right hand man, but also gonna check the captain. The captain's on some, BS or whatever.
He's a
Yeah.
leader in his own right. It's like he submits to Mikey by choice. It's not because he's less than.
Yeah, that's because he respects Mikey, which I love.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have anything more you want to add on to Drake and Irvin?
Nah, you pretty much hit it, man. It's just like a very emotionally complex character. Very multi-layered. Yes, he is like one of the top fighters, but it's like there's so much more than that to him that makes you love him for more than his fight scenes. Like when they're just going back and developing like his personality or his sense of like loyalty, family, you just like, yo, this is what I'm riding with him for. The fact that he can throw haymakers is just a plus. Because he was fighting pretty much everybody by himself at a moment, for a moment while everybody's fighting like Kazuma Torah and stuff. Like he's the one exchanging with Hama. Hama has to be there in order to even for Mikey to even be able to get fucked up because Draken is that much of a threat. So yeah, that's my rant.
Got you. Okay, good. Takamichi, what y'all think about him as an MC? Has he grown on you?
At first, when I first saw Takamichi, which kind of drove me away from the show in the beginning, but I was interested. I was interested by his growth or what I've been told about what you could expect from him. Because always a lot of people don't like a weak MC or anything like that because sadly it drives people away. But it is very rewarding and you absolutely love every single piece of it when you sit there, see them from their bottom to their top. Like that is absolutely amazing. I just want to say that first, which not really new for me, but I kind of like stuff like that. It's just that it took a minute. It's just kind of like I like the weak thing. It's fine for me, like the weak MC. I absolutely love stories like that, and where they get to like some crazy amount of strength, or like they just grow into that strength. It's just that the whole bunch of crying was kind of threw me off in the beginning. But I absolutely love Takamichi, and where he's at right now, bro. Absolutely loving everything about Takamichi right now. Takamichi is the definition of effort and growth.
Yeah, I can co-sign on that.
Urban, what you think about Takamichi, man?
I can co-sign on that because like I be saying, like people really don't tend to not like characters that like really resemble the parts of themselves that they don't like. So like I know Takamichi gets a lot of hate because when you go to watch anime, sometimes you're going to escape. You're not going to go watch a reflection. And for not all of us, but some of us, Takamichi is a reflection. Where it's like, yo, I'm not physically the strongest, but I have more to offer than just brute strength. I cry, but I still get results. And like that is the beauty of Takamichi, is that he is human, he is imperfect, he does not have everything right the first time. But what he does have is perseverance and the ability to take hits and endure failures until he does get it right. Which I think makes him a very commendable MC, despite having like the least physical prowess. Like if we look at some of our most favorite anime characters, the most popular anime characters, they typically have strength under their belt. Takamichi offers another contender for that without hyped up abilities to back him up. Like time traveler, yeah, but other than that, he really is just like, hey, I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm not this, and he's also not like the smartest character, right? Because he's not a Kasaki.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, damn, this is a regular person really trying to figure out how to keep their best friends, his growing group of friends alive. So, anywho, my bad. I didn't mean to rant. Gensho,
That's all good.
you know how I get.
Yeah.
So Kuchi.
Y'all hit every nail in the coffin. Like I like Takamichi from the start. Like I never had a problem with him like crying, whatever. Like he's human, we're human, we cry. I mean, that's just part of. I think people who if you really got turned off from it or something like that, like are you like you need to check yourself, bro. Like it's part of it. You can understand like everything he's going through. You understand why he's crying. Ain't deal with his stuff. Didn't go to no therapy. Just never really resolved his problems, and they just stagnated him. And I think the time traveling, like I think Irving brought up, like it reflects his problems. Like he still feels like he's like back in 2005, dealing with those problems, running away, and losing that just triggered everything.
Yeah.
So I always thought he was a great MC or a good MC. Now he's going to like great level. I just think it's in it.
Yeah, I kind of just want to throw this in there. Most of the times he did cry, which I failed to realize until later on when I actually started watching the show. But most of the times he did cry was disappointment and frustration in himself.
Yep.
Which is another sign of just straight up being human.
Yeah, man.
And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting tripped up because I was like, yo, why does he care about this Hinata chick so much? Like he literally like he's strung out right now. Like you fiending.
Yeah.
Going back to save this chick who ain't had nothing to, but I had a conversation with one of the homies, and like she said, she was just like, yo, it's a little boy. This little boy that ain't never get to heal, so it's still a little boy, even though their age went by. So I got respect. I got respect.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, last one. How you feel about Mikey?
Ooh. If Sasuke was done right, no, I'm kidding. Nah, I'm kidding. That's all jokes.
He does give the Sasuke, yeah.
But I think he's even cooler than that, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like he's like the mirror of Takamichi almost in a sense. So whereas Takamichi's always like trying to head towards the light and away from the darkness, Mikey is more like likely to float to the darkness. One of them is excellent in combat. The other one is not. Both of them have great leadership skills.
But one's more in touch with emotion, and the other is more in touch with strength.
Yep. So yeah, I think he belongs in S because there's a lot to him. With being a leader, with dealing with all these tragedies and having to move forward with his group, and just he's very well rounded for our OP character. I would say, I feel like there was much more to him than just hands. You get to see his feelings at different moments, and you really get to see how human he is, despite being like this entity to everyone around him. Because everybody's like, they talk about Mikey like they almost damn near talk about God. Like, Mikey gonna come and save us. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like I kind of like that dynamic that they're the same two sides of the same coin kind of thing that you mentioned, which makes logical sense because it's truthfully that way with him and Takamichi. And yeah, the only one, which is very surprising, the only one time we really see like Mikey really talk from the heart is when he's talking to Takamichi. And everyone admires and respects Mikey because of his strength. Like that's why everyone's like, "Oh, Mikey's going to save us" or anything like this, because Mikey does look out for him and Tillman, but he does it so. But that's the thing I kind of noticed about Mikey. Mikey's relies only on himself because everyone else relies on him.
Exactly, and it's crazy because it's like Mikey has the awareness to identify Takamichi's strength before Takamichi understood his strength. He not only does he. The reason I like him is because he doesn't only respect like physical power. He also respects the other forms that it comes in. So yeah, that's just cool to me because it's like, yeah, technically the weakest person is the one that he's willing to, he feels like is stronger than him and is willing to like confide in. He's like, the big brother.
Yeah. That's kind of what I think I mentioned that earlier about like, I think that's why Mikey is so confident in telling things to Takamichi that he won't even tell with like the finding members, the people he literally grew up with. He would tell things, stuff like he wouldn't even tell them to Takamichi, and that's why I think it's because Takamichi reminds him of his brother in a way.
No, I could definitely see that. They always draw those comparisons.
Yeah.
Gensho?
Yeah, I think Takamichi. Yeah. I just think y'all hit every nail on the point. It wasn't really a lot for that to say. I think
you take the lead.
I just think that one, he is a badass, obviously badass first, like the first thing that comes to your eye, but also like it's just the fact that his problems, you kind of have to look deeper. It's like, okay, he's always saving everybody, but who's saving him? Who's supporting him, making sure, hey, we're still talking about like a young kid, like 12, 13, 14, something like that. Like who's in his corner when he goes home? How does he feel when after he goes home and just got done wrecking motherfuckers all day, planning these trips? Who's watching him? Who's
fighting people he don't want to fight?
And it's just like I feel like it snapped. Like, I mean, I guess from a young age it's always had, but I feel like it snapped because it's like he's never just had like a time, like we know how it is, like you get a long day from work or school or whatever, and just come home and just, okay, like maybe you go in the game, maybe you watch a Netflix series, maybe you go work out. It's never that. It's always on the go doing something devious.
Always the leader at Toma.
Yeah, it's always putting on the brave face, always having to go and worry about police and getting killed or having act tough so your guys believe. So it's like I feel like he stretches himself always.
Agreed.
So I feel like he is a great character, and that's all I gotta say. about him for real. Y'all hit the nail in the coffin. Now I have one question before we get out here. You guys think any rating? I think we did a decent job. Do you think any rankings on this list will have somebody being like, ooh, like one you're like, maybe somebody saying something on that?
I think the twins may be a point of contention.
Mm-hmm.
Kazuma Torah might be a point of contention, because like he arguably could be in a rank above B. I think we've done pretty fair. We might have a couple people hating on the ladies maybe, but if you're not acknowledging them for what they're bringing, you missing the whole point. So, yeah, what you think, Rashid?
Nah, for sure. About you, Rashid, any characters you think somebody might be like, ooh?
Other than my grow, my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then I kind of want to mention this again. Well, with I never remember her name, but I really believe that's not all to it than the whole backstory about why Mikey's dark impulses started, like with her and her brother, how she blamed her brother on breaking the airplane, his mouth got ripped. I feel like we're gonna learn more with that dynamic. Like I feel like maybe her and brother's gonna fight sometime during this last arc, and then we get more in depth about like both of them. Because I really want to know why her brother is following him. Maybe it's a fear kind of thing because he did rip his mouth open and tell him to smile as his mouth was bleeding. Oh God.
Nah, for sure. I think the twins might have somebody like, ooh, like, they're a fan favorite. I think everybody else, though, I was like, we were pretty fair. I think we were pretty fair. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop my share with you guys, and then we can outro, plug your stuff, and we'll get out of here, man. First of all, Urban, I appreciate you for coming on and doing this with us. It was about an hour and a half-ish, and appreciate the time. So again, thank you. And where can we find you at, man?
I appreciate you having me as always. It's a joy chopping it up with y'all, getting to discuss, like, all right, well, how do these characters fit into the grand scheme of things? It's a real good conversation. Felt like it was a very good dialogue. But yeah, so if y'all want to find me, it is Urban Summer. You can follow on IG, YouTube, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We might be on Apple Music. Nah, I'm just kidding. But anywhere you want to look for us, just type in Urban Summer. You should be able to find us. So thank you again for having me. Appreciate y'all blessing me with y'all's time. And, hope y'all are able to engage with us on our takes and see what y'all think.
Of course. Yeah. Rashid, where can we find you at for your stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at RNC Dark. Also on Instagram at eyes.of.the.lens. That's my photography. It's been a while, but I should be doing some stuff with that sooner or later. But you can also find me on YouTube at RNC Dark _TV. I'm currently working on the next video, but my Twitch, I stream on Mondays and Fridays. Updates and information on that is on my Instagram. Those are the places you can find me, and that's all from me.
Okay, bet. Remember, go follow us Anime Again Show, all podcast platforms. Follow us on YouTube, subscribe, because there's just not just podcast content, check reviews, and all different type of things. Go follow us Anime Again Show, TikTok, Twitter, again, Instagram, of course. Subscribe. Again, comment down below. Tell us what you guys think. Who's too high? Who's too low? Do you agree with our S? Do you agree with our A, B, C, D? Or do we have too many characters in D? What do y'all think? How do y'all feel about Tokyo Revengers, the manga, the anime series? And what are y'all looking forward to for when the anime comes back out eventually? Comment all that down below. Again, DM's always open to hit us up about these type of conversations, man. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode and have a great day. We are out, man. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.